everyone, and welcome back to Jay's Virtual Pop Quiz. I was trying to get myself comfortable then as I started recording. Should have got comfortable and then pushed the button, but never mind. Welcome back to another specialist quiz today, and it is art and literature today. It's been quite hard to research this one, really. Trying to make it as challenging as possible, whereas also making it sort of accessible. I'll be honest, I don't know too much about art and literature. They were not really two things that I looked at in school. So yeah, I've just gone through and done a bit of research, things I know, tried to pick some bits and pieces out, sort of had a look at sort of art and literature bits and pieces, and hopefully I've come up with a fun and challenging quiz. I'm going to have to sort my foot out. There we go. So hopefully I've come up with a fun and challenging quiz for you all today. So I've got 20 questions as always for these specialist quizzes now. And I've gone with 10 to start with on literature, so 10 on some books, and then 10 mainly with art. And it's a weird one when I was sort of researching art and what sort of falls under the category. So with the art questions, I've gone mainly around paintings and artists. There's a couple of sculpture questions in there, but under the arts, you can really put anything in there, can't you? You can put musicals, you can put plays, you can put all sorts in there. So I decided literature, we'll do books, and then there'll be some paintings and sculpture questions. So 20 questions. If you've never done one of these before, pause the video now and grab yourself a pen and a bit of paper, and all you need to do is I'll ask you the 20 questions, write your answers down. We'll give you an opportunity, tell you when to pause the video if you want to make sure, go back and check out some of the questions, and the end of the quiz, the answers are at the end of the quiz. So thanks very much for joining us. Let's get into this then. 20 questions. I'm trying to find my mouse so I can get myself in position. There we go. Right, 20 questions, here we go, and we start with this. Who wrote the book Gone with the Wind? So who wrote the book Gone with the Wind? Question number 2. What is the last book of the Old Testament called? So what is the last book of the Old Testament? Number 3, Ian Fleming created which secret agent? So Ian Fleming created which secret agent? Just realised I'm a bit out of focus, never mind. Question 4, who wrote the poems If and Mandalay? So who wrote the poems If and Mandalay? Question number 5. Duncan, Donalbain and Banquo were characters in which Shakespearean play? So Duncan, Donalbain and Banquo were characters in which Shakespearean play? Number 6. Who wrote the Twilight book series? So who wrote the Twilight book series? Number 7. What was the name of the scientist? Sorry, what was the first name of the scientist Frankenstein? So what was the first name of the scientist Frankenstein? Number 8. Jack, Piggy and Ralph are 3 central characters in which book? So Jack, Piggy and Ralph are the 3 central characters in which book? Number 9. Helen Fielding is best known for creating which fictional character? So Helen Fielding is best known for creating which fictional character? And number 10. How many tales make up the Canterbury Tales? So how many tales make up the Canterbury Tales? Okay, so the rest of these last 10 questions are all on art. So there's some paintings and sculpture questions in here, artists, paintings, etc. And a museum as well, I think. Might be 2 actually, 2 museums. We start with number 1, there is a museum. Which gallery houses the Mona Lisa? So which gallery currently houses the Mona Lisa? Now, I hope I pronounced this right. You know what I'm like with my pronunciation. But number 12, Georges Braque. And which other artist is credited with co-founding the Cubism movement? So Georges Braque and which other artist are credited with co-founding the Cubism movement? I did a bit of research. I know there might be some others, but these are the two who are down as co-founding. Okay. Number 13, The Thinker was a sculpture by whom? So The Thinker was a sculpture by whom? Number 14, which country was Vincent van Gogh from? Or which country was Vincent van Gogh from? That would, either pronunciation. Number 15, which art gallery would you find at Trafalgar Square in London? So which art gallery would you find at Trafalgar Square in London? Number 16, who was the sculptor behind the Angel of the North? So who was the sculptor behind the Angel of the North? Number 17, who painted The Scream? So who painted The Scream? Number 18, Rembrandt painted The Night what? So Rembrandt painted The Night what? Number 19, who was responsible for painting the Sistine Chapel? So who was responsible for painting the Sistine Chapel? And finally, number 20, which painter painted Impression Sunrise? So which painter painted Impression Sunrise? Okay, so that is your 20 art and literature questions for today. On the art section, if you want to let me know in the comments down below or over on Facebook on the Facebook post that brought you to this in the first place, let us know, is there anything else I can include in the art section? Because I've never really done, I've done literature quizzes, but never really done art quizzes in pub quizzes, just because it's quite a niche sort of subject really, so I've kind of steered away from them. So yeah, give me some pointers. What else could I include in an art section going forward for when we do this again next time? Can I put musicals in there? Would that fall under art? Or all those kind of things, drama, theatre, are those things that I can put in there? Let me know in the comments below or over on Facebook. But yeah, if you want to make sure you've got all your answers together, or if you want to go back and check some of the questions, basically next thing I'm going to do is give you the answers. So if you want to pause the video now. Okay, and welcome back. So hopefully you've gone back through your answers, you've gone through any questions you've missed, and you've got everything ready to go, and you're keen to know how many points you've scored. Let's give you some answers and let's find out. So we started with number 1. Who wrote the book Gone with the Wind? It was Margaret Mitchell. Number 2, what is the last book of the Old Testament? It is the Book of Malachi. Number 3, Ian Fleming created which secret agent? It is 007 himself, James Bond. Number 4, who wrote the poems If and Mandalay? And that was Rudyard Kipling. I was going to make a joke then, but I'm not. It's a poor joke, Jay. Poor joke in your head. Number 5, Duncan, Donald Blaine, and Banquo were characters in which Shakespeare play? It was Macbeth. Number 6, who wrote the Twilight book series? It's Stephenie Meyer. Stephenie Meyer. Number 7, what was the first name of the scientist Frankenstein? It was Victor. I always used to get confused thinking that the monster was called Frankenstein. Yeah. Number 8, Jack, Piggy and Ralph are the 3 central characters in which book? That is Lord of the Flies. Number 9, Helen Fielding is best known for creating which fictional character? It's Bridget Jones. Number 10, how many tales made up Canterbury Tales? It's 24. Number 11, which gallery houses the Mona Lisa? That's the Louvre or the Louvre. Number 12, Georges Braque and which other artist are credited with co-founding the Cubism movement? That would be Pablo Picasso. Number 13, The Thinker was a sculpture by whom? It was Auguste Rodin. That's The Thinker, isn't it? Yeah. Or the Bruce Forsyth. Okay. Number 14, which country was Vincent van Gogh from? He was from the Netherlands. Number 15, which art gallery would you find at Trafalgar Square in London? It's the National Gallery. Number 16, who was the sculptor behind the Angel of the North? That's Anthony Gormley. Number 17, who painted The Scream? That's Edvard Munch. Number 18, Rembrandt painted The Night what? It's The Night Watch. Number 19, who was responsible for painting the Sistine Chapel? It's Michelangelo. Again, there was another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sort of joke in there, but I'm just going to leave that there. And finally, number 20, which painter painted Impression, Sunrise? It was Claude Monet. That's it. That is your art and literature quiz for this week and your specialist quiz for this week. Thank you very much for playing along. How have you got on? Let us know, as always, either in the comments, your scores, or as always across social media. They've been on screen all the way through. Hashtag Jay's Virtual Pub Quiz, and we'll find it. And yeah, let us know how you've got on. Thanks as always for playing. Very, very much appreciate your support and all of your messages and everything as well. So very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. All that's left for me to say, as usual, is take care, stay safe.